point of how to properly cut a dog nail. She's laying down right now. She does not have a dew claw. I exposed the nail. See how it's got a curve? You can see in the white nail a little bit of the pink. But you always want to cut on an angle, not a straight cut like this. You always want to kind of take it and rock it backwards so that the higher cut is at the top and not the bottom. So you always want to do a rocked backwards cut. Now once I cut, I've got a technique where I go in the middle of the nail kind of, and I do a sideways cut so I can get those edges off. Because if any of you ever know, when you go to a vet or you go somewhere and get the nails cut, they cut the nail and they leave these sharp edges. This way you round off the nail kind of like a Dremel would without having to use the Dremel. And because I've been doing this a while, I know how to get it all the way up on top the quick. Like this one is now. You can kind of see the little pink dot inside the nail. But again, you always rock the clips back to cut. Only go back as far as you're comfortable. I do not use a guard. The guards, people use them to kind of prevent themselves from going too far back. The guard gets in my way. So I won't use a guard. But you can go as short as that. I go a little higher up because I know her nails. So start off where you feel comfortable. But always cut that upward angle because you're less likely to hit a quick then. She's going to be typical baby. She goes, I don't want to do this. She doesn't like getting her nails cut necessarily, but she's used to it, so she lays still for me, which is a plus. Now once you have the nails cut, it is always good to cut that hair that's in between the pads because that stuff will cause them to have trouble walking. It is always a good idea to cut that. You can use clippers. I just use my rounded edge scissors and I cut that. Nice thing with the rounded edge scissors is I can get in between the pads with the round edge, not cut her pad, but it actually gets the hair nice and short. She's going to be a pain about it right now because that's just her. Cheetos, stop scratching things. They aren't going to be perfect when you're not using the clippers. Clippers are going to obviously get it a little bit shorter and better, but I prefer doing this because dogs sit better for this. Part of the reason she's twitching is because it does tickle. Ever notice when you take your finger and rub it against that fur by their paws, they always twitch and move around? It's a ticklish spot for a dog. Then I just take it pointed towards, and I do a round edge around the foot. Okay, on to the next foot. Same thing. You really want, let's see if I can get even closer possibly with the camera. See if I can get a closer shot. But you really want to get nice upward edge. Nice upward edge. Okay, that part's done. Now we do the foot cleanup. And even with shorter hair dogs, this hair by the pads will go out of control, so always clean it up, especially in the winter. That snow will get caught up in the hair, and it actually hurts. It's like snowballs inside their pads. They'll wear snowshoes basically because all that snow will just build up and won't fall off. So always keep it cleaned up, especially in the winter, because otherwise it makes it really, really hard for the dog. It does hurt. It does cause issues with walking. Older dogs slip a lot more when they have a lot of hair down here. So especially if you got these pergo floors like we do. Dogs don't handle pergo well, especially if they've got a lot of hair and they're older. So that hair being cleaned up definitely helps, as well as keeping the nails short. When they let those nails grow out so much, it's hard for a dog to walk. They slide on the floor, they have trouble getting up, especially these older dogs. We do pergo floors because we think they're nicer looking. And these poor dogs suffer because they slide all over the place. Let's see if I can't get a little bit more hair out of there. And that is what a nicely cleaned up foot should look like at the top. Nice and rounded. You don't have all that Grinch hair anymore going on. It's not cut past the nails, so you see these nails sticking out. It's just nice and straight with the foot. And the underneath as well, just nice clean. There's a little bit of hair I missed right there, I see, now that I've got it flipped. But all in all, it's a nicely cleaned up foot. Pads exposed. Not as much of a slipping issue. Less likely to have snow cling in there. Just a nice cleaned up foot.